if we may, I'd like to talk about a friend of mine that passed away that I never really had a chance to talk about on camera. And I kind of feel bad just because this is how I do people. If I meet you, I rock with you, I rock with you. Just that simple. If I don't, I don't. But I give everybody a fair chance. I've had real close homies who, like one person in particular, on my day one, that he would get into a lot of conversations with other people, but not me. That was my nigga. It's just that what like, this is my dude here. You know what I mean? Oh, they don't like him, whatever, it's my dude. And then a point came where we finally butted heads, and then that was that. He later went to prison, did a long stretch and so forth and so on, because I could see what was coming, and it was like, nah, I got to, you know what I mean? My good friend Merlin Santana was, first of all, he was a very, very genuine dude. I love people that tell you who they are right off the bat. You already know. You can't be disappointed by a person like this if you know off the rip the type of dude this person is. He was always on 10. The first time I met Merlin, we were doing Hang with Mr. Cooper. And if you find a chance to find that episode, the man was a very good actor. Very good actor, just period. He was the type. First day I met him, we did a scene one time. I was like, he's on point. He know his line. He ain't the what's the line type of dude. He's always well prepared. You know what I mean? Good shape, took care of himself. Comedy, you didn't have to say, why don't you try it like this? He was funny. When they said cut, what y'all doing later? Oh man, we coming over here. We start hanging out with my crew of people. You know what I mean? He came from New York, came by himself from New York. I've never met any of his family members. I've only heard him refer to one, and it wasn't a great relationship. Just leave it at that. So we were like his family out here. And he was very much asked me, yo, where's the place to go, this type of thing. This was with Hang with Mr. Cooper. Then I went from Hang with Mr. Cooper to Smart Guy. When I got Smart Guy, he was like, yo, I just got this show called Steve Harvey. He's like, you think it's gonna be big? You think it's gonna be big? I remember he would always ask me like, what you think it is, that type of shit. I'm like, yeah, man, I think it's gonna be, yeah, man, you'll be all right, you know what I mean? And to rewind it, he was always, I'm telling you, he was always on 10. He was like the type of dude that would go the extra mile for the joke in real life. Like I remember we all was together and we all passed. Sorry, bro, I gotta tell this one. It was one of those type of things. We all go out, we party, there's girls, whatever, we leave, boom, the dudes, everybody's knocked out, wake up the next day, let's get it going. And there was a bottle of Snapple on the ledge of the fireplace in the living room area. And there's always that one friend that just do that, hey, what are you doing type of thing. And this particular friend just picked up the bottle and started drinking in the morning, and we heard him go, and spit it out. And Merlin comes running out the back, who drank it? Who drank it? This mother, we knew it would be one. Of course, he pissed in the Snapple bottle. Like, why would you piss in the Snapple bottle? To what end? Because we knew this motherfucker was gonna drink. Just some wild air, like, there's some frat boy shit. But it was funny to us. We laughed and laughed. This was the type of dude, Merlin. He would just do wild shit like that. He liked who we liked. He went the extra mile to impress and joy. He liked, clothes. We went through the whole Versace shirts with the pleated pants. Like we went through that whole, we was addicted to the Versace shirt. All Tupac started it. And everybody had to get a Versace shirt. You know what I mean? And we got into a lot of street shit with this dude because he was just, I know we talk about that a little bit too. I mean, we kind of have to talk about it for me to tell my story of Merlin. We got into fights. We fought an there was a nightclub called Paradise. I know I've never talked about this before. There was a night we all went out, right? Me, Merlin, a couple of my day ones, and we're in a limo. I'll tell you how long ago that. We're leaving the club and loaded, everybody drunk, this type of thing. And somebody's yelling like, move that car out the way, homie, type of, fuck you, nigga. What? It's talking now. Yeah, shut the fuck up. We'll move when we ready. Just extra because we drunk. And they're like, oh my, get your ass in the limo. And I remember they pushed me in, like, all right. He's like, my people, like, get in there, man. And I get in the car. And I'm just like, let's get the fuck out of here, man. So look, now these niggas out here fighting and shit. And I look back over and I'm like, wait a minute, that's my niggas. And I hop out the car and I remember seeing one of the shirts, one of my homeboys had my shirt on and it was like silver and black Versace. And I remember just seeing his elbows going. And I'm like on my way to him. I'm drunk, I'm like stumbling through, but it's like a fucking It's like a movie, bro. I'm gonna keep saying that because I can't describe it no other way. It's like they staged this shit, but there's people falling over here. I look and I see Merlin running with a security flashlight after somebody, and then 2 security guards running after him. Like, this thing just snatched the security flashlight to hit it. You know what I mean? It ends with all of us meeting back where the limo was supposed to be, but the limo left us. The limo took off like this. These fighting, I don't know if they about to start shooting by. And we now walking Versace shirts and shit down Santa Monica Boulevard in the middle of the street. Where's the cops? No cops. Looking for our limo, and we find it at a 7-Eleven later, and I try to kill this motherfucker because he left us. Like, damn, what if we needed? We actually had a pistol in the damn limo. Imagine if it had got to that and we go to reaching for shit and ain't nothing there. So anyway, but that illustration, I'll never forget, of Merlin running with the flashlight like this. It looked like a damn cartoon, chasing somebody and then them chasing him. That wouldn't be the last time we got into some shit. The last time, and again, this didn't deter our friendship. It just was one of those things. It's just, these are the type of people I'm around. If you can fight, you can fight. I didn't get a lot of, jealousy type of shit. We didn't get into shit because of that. But this particular instance, Merlin had got into the Moesha situation. Him and Fredro had words. They spoke on it. I heard Fredro speak on it. And I was happy to hear how he talked about it because I was curious. I can only speak about what I know. Either I was there or I wasn't. I can't say, but I heard this. I mean, I can because this is what was told to me when I asked him about it, right? So when I asked Merlin, I was like, what's this with the, the Moesha thing? He's like, oh man, I tried to say what's up to that dude and this and that. And he was like, F you, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, what? Like, that seems whatever. But like he said, they were able to work that part out. However, before it was worked out, as I explained earlier about myself and who was around me as I grow up, and still to this day you have certain people, for your own safety and whatnot. But I don't know Onyx in the group. I don't know them. I've met a couple of them dudes. I met Fredro, Sticky, Sticky on some rap shit too. He was like, "You got some bars, nigga. We should battle." I remember he said that shit years ago, and I was just kind of like, "Yeah, it's what I do." But but we never got a chance to do any music. But just because you see somebody or you hear their music or you see them music, that doesn't mean you know them. You don't know what they do when the cameras aren't rolling or when the mic ain't recording. And also, you don't know who's around them. They were surrounded, whether they are actively or were actively gang members or not, I don't know. But I know they had some real ones around them regardless, not to say they weren't real in themselves. And Merlin got into it with one of their associates, like physically, right? So at this day and time, we get invited. Maybe it was me that got invited or it was Merlin that got invited, but regardless, we show up to this party out on the invitation of an actor, mutual actor friend of mine. Now, I don't feel very highly of him, so I'm not going to say his name. That's just, I don't want to, not get no clout off. So anyway, so this dude invites us to this club. It's me and Merlin and then one other friend of mine. We get there, club drinking, boom, boom. Next thing I know, Merlin gets hit, socked in the eye, bam. And he falls into my friend that we're with. They hit the floor, now they're rolling around. Because he got hit so hard, he just grabbed the first person near him. Now they're like fighting on the ground. My boy trying to get, he's like, calm down, it's me, what's wrong with you? Now I'm trying to break both of them up. Finally get them separated, relax, what's wrong? Merlin, relax, what the f? And he's like, somebody hit me, what the f? I said, yeah, them niggas over there. And I look over, the club is now cleared out, and there's a line of gentlemen standing there with bottles and drinks in their hand. And it's, I don't know, 6, 7 of them, 3 of us. We just standing there like, what's up? And they start throwing bottles and shit at us. So we're ducking bottle, one hits us, we doing this. They don't run and start fighting, they just start throwing shit at us. So we leave, right? Story over, as far as I'm concerned. I guess the backstory, the best way that I can piece it together from the different people that have told it along, including Merlin, was dude, he socked dude on one occasion, so dude got some get back. Bam, one punch, one hit. Yeah, I wasn't looking, pow, now we even, bitch. You wanna fight, let's go, right? Again, pretty much that's it. Now, I don't know, I haven't heard of anything that would lead me to believe that anything else that happened to Merlin had anything to do with that. That's the end of that story, okay? I am now, let's see, still in the same calendar year. I'm at the Improv, Hollywood Improv, with a couple of my people. My people that I'm telling y'all all the street shit for some reason. But we like shooting dice outside. It's just some real niggas. And we shoot dice or whatever, and I go back into the inside to go, I guess we're waiting for the show to start or whatever. So I go inside, use the bathroom. On my way out, I get approached by two gentlemen. They're both shorter than me. Now I'm trying to paint this picture so you can see what's going on here. And they go and they say, hey man, you don't want it with Wooty. I'm like, I don't want it with who? Wooty will. I'm like, what are you talking about? What does he got to do with this? He hears something? Nah, don't worry about that. I'm just saying you need to leave that shit alone. It wasn't his fault. You need to leave that shit alone. And I'm just like, first I think they joking, like Ashton Kutcher finna pop out or something. And I'm looking at them, but they serious. And they looking up at me like, yeah, I'm just trying to tell you, you don't want it, son. You don't want it. And then New York niggas. And I was just like, all right, now I'm mad. Like, what the f y'all just coming approaching me? I don't even know who you talk about is even, I know this even in here, let alone that. And now I know, oh, that's the nigga that is, he did invite us to that club. Oh, so he must be feeling guilty. He must be feeling some type of way. So he was like, oh, y'all tell that nigga that he don't need to fuck with me. That nigga wasn't even on my radar, bro. But now you are. But dig this. So it's now getting to the point where I know if I just take off or swing on these motherfuckers, I already know I got shit to lose. Someone to say, oh, I started punching niggas. Nah. So I'm just kind of like saying shit like, well, do something. I know all this talking shit. It's two of y'all already. Okay, well, what you want to do, right? Right while I'm talking to these niggas, Yuck Mouth comes walking up to say, what's up? I'm like, read the room. I'm standing here on the corner like, yeah, what you want to do? Then what? Oh, you see it in here. Hey, yo, what's up? I'm like, shut the fuck up. That pisses Yuck Mouth off. Who you talking about, Yuck? Shut the fuck up, nigga. I'm just trying to say what's up. You don't see that I'm already going into it with this. What you talking about, blah, blah, blah. And I look at them one more time. They go, see? Red are like, told you what's going on. Then they like peel off and go back in the side because now I'm shifting my attention to Yuck. Me and Yuck Mouth is going at it now. And it's aggravating because it's all this yelling and ain't nobody throwing no punch. It's him talking, now I'm talking, now my boys stop shooting. They're like, what's going on? Because the little early conversation was kind of quiet. They were just like, yo, and I'm just like, what do something? No, it was no attention there. When Yuck, that's probably why Yucks think it's okay to just say what's up, because it's not like I was like, what's up? You know, I was just sitting there. But when he said what's up, now I done snapped on him. Now we loud. Right? So now the security comes out. They saying I'm a problem maker every time I go to the Improv. Don't start no shit, all that type of shit. My boys come over, separated, turns and all this. Now, here's the thing. While this happened, there were other comedians and actors and celebrities there. Aries Spears was one of them. And I got to say this. Aries came over being a good dude. He saw me riled up and just was like, yo, man, calm down. You got shit to lose. Like, relax. You know what I'm saying? You need to be out here doing all this, da-da-da. He just kind of gave me a couple little quick little words. But I was like, you didn't see what happened. Two niggas approached me and then another nigga came at me. I'm out here, you know, minding my fucking business. Don't come to me like I'm, you know. And he was like, all right, nigga, try to warn you, fuck off, you know. That was our whole interaction. Later on, and I'm speaking to Yuck Mouth about this too. He was like, oh, that's why you were so riled up. We get some birthdays near the same age. I was like, that wasn't what it was. I had a whole fight going on. That's what it was. So anyway, so I kind of wanted to talk about two different altercations that kind of, this is the thing. It's the thing. It was a time. It was definitely a time. I mean, I went through my gun phase. He went through his gun phase. He went to, I don't know what I'm trying to think of the moment when I was just like, all right, man. You know what I mean? And it went from experiences that I've had with Merlin to hearing through the grapevine, what's going on with your boy, type of thing. And the first one was he had a shootout at Fatburgers on La Cienega. A shootout. Who has shootouts? By yourself? And then it ended up with the police confiscating his Desert Eagle. You know what I mean? Like that, bro, like what's going on, man? And it was, you know, he had couple cats that he started hanging out with that I was like, definitely not. That's it. That's where our story goes two separate ways. So when you hear the saddest thing about it, obviously, is his death. Way too young, way too graphic, multiple shot like this, and you knew it was something. And then you didn't have to, it's the craziest thing too, because the culture of LA streets is retaliation. It's what it is. You do something, now we got to get them back. They did what? Well, it's time to ride. And for him to not have any family out here, other than really us, you know, when we kind of went our separate ways in the last like couple years leading to his death, now he has other people around him. What I could pride myself in saying, or I I shouldn't say that. But I know when he was with us, he was good. Like if you in our circle, we got each other's back. It's just that simple. We look out the same way. We may get into altercations, but we all had each other's back. You know what I mean? The brawl that we had in Paradise and all that, boom. I had a partner walking behind me, socking it like it was, all this was like a movie. But then when he went away and, when we kind of went on separate paths, people around him weren't really having his best interest. He's having shootouts now. He's dealing with, females and this and that and the third. But when he got killed, the saddest thing is it was the same reaction from the people that knew him. People say, "Oh, were you surprised the way it happened?" And I'm like, surprised is a hard word. It's like, not really, which is sad to say, because not only did you kind of see violent ending coming, it was just one of those, the way the girl stepped up and was bragging in prison. I'm the one that did it. I'm that. Yeah, I got him. Boom, 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 boom. And again, it's more hearsay. You don't know why she's saying that. Was she put up to it? Is it true? Was she behind it? The way, the overkill, no pun intended, of it all made you know it was something deep and it was personal, at least to her. And it closed the book for us, because it wasn't like we got to find out who did this type of thing. She admitted she did it. She did it, and it's done. And how well do you know another person? When people ask me about other people, I can give you my opinion, but I don't know. I love, my brother. I love my brother. I can't attest to everything he does when he's not around me. I can give you my opinion. It's like a father figure. I walked in, I get chased home, and he came and chased these niggas bigger than him up the block and ran out there like this. Merlin was, you either loved him or you hated him. It was just that simple. But a lot of people love him. People that met him have mad respect for him. And then for him to have a violent ending really sucks, because you don't know. It was one of the people that didn't like him that he didn't cross, and he was to the max. He was always to 10. When you met him, you laughed hard. Even pissed in a damn Snapple. That was some funny shit. He was the first nigga I never heard say thirsty. We told him to use the word thirsty all the time. He would be like, thirsty, this nigga mad thirsty, son. He was so East Coast, but it was all East Coast nigga, man. And he'd laugh at us, what up, cuz? Y'all West Coasters, cuz. Like, yeah, man. Hey, who are you, son? And he was just, yeah. My last story I would tell about Merlin, he was so on 10. We were driving in his Mercedes. He had a BMW, the little hatchback joint. We always went to Vegas. It was like my second home, all of us. Ever since Smart Guy and on, that was Vegas back and forth from 17 years on. But anyway, we're driving, and if you know the streets or the freeways, if you're coming from LA going to Vegas, you have to merge from either the 134, when I say it goes to the 210, and then you hit the 10. This is before the 210 was the main thing. You always hit that 10. You take the 101 to the 10, there's this curve that's treacherous. And it curves up and around, and it's like, you slow down. What you drive up and down. We used to drive like nuts, but we in this hatchback. Remember, it's two of us, and Merlin's driving. And he's from New York, so we always telling him where to go. Make a left here. Here's your exit. Sign coming up. Don't forget that. Hey, slow down. We got to make this right. He was moving at such a velocity that we both knew that this turn was coming up. We didn't want to say, you don't tell a nigga like that, slow down, there's a turn coming up. No, because what will he do? Speed up into that motherfucker and go, yeah. You don't tell a nigga like that, slow down. You either tell him it's coming and pray, or shut the fuck up. Guess what we chose? Both of us was back there. We saw it coming. All right, you just missed it. Yeah, he just missed it. He just missed the turn. I was back there. We get off on the next one. But you just keep going straight. We'll figure this out. We wasn't going to tell that. Oh, we would have been dead. Oh, easy work. Because that turn, I think it actually claimed some lives, man. So you know what you get with a Merlin Santana. I haven't met anybody like him since, for sure. Not even close. Just, if he rock with you, he definitely rock with you. And if he didn't, you might get caught with one, And truly tragic. But if he was still alive, he would be one of the great actors of today. He'd be in all the movies. He'd easily make that transition to doing drama and comedy. Gone too soon, R.I.P. And he was definitely one of my people, though. You know what I mean? So I had to really kind of tiptoe around that story best I could. But that was really my guy, man.
R.I.P. Merlin Santana. I had no idea. So the woman that was behind him getting killed, she in prison bragging about it?
She was in prison bragging, bro. Bragging. I got him. I don't know what happened to her, you know, or how far that went. But she was young too. She was young, younger than him. I'll just put it that way. I don't think she was like underage young, but she was young. And because I think she went into, she going to, well, anyway, I won't speculate on that. It's too long ago to remember. But yeah, when they locked her up, wasn't hard to find her. And when she got in prison, she was bragging about it. I'm the one that did
it. Sunset dripping, streets all gold, palms stay swaying, stories untold. Concrete jungle where dreams get sold. Cash in my pocket, but my soul stay cold. Golden mirage, it's a West Coast haze. Chasing the shine through the purple haze. Golden mirage, where the real ones blaze. Life on the edge in the sun's last rays. Cali breeze whisper, secrets in my ear. Ghosts of the past, still linger near. Shadows on the boulevard, hearts of fear. But I move with the beat, crystal clear. Glass house vision, crack champagne. Waves crash loud, but the hunger remains. Echoes of the struggle, still stuck in the chain. But I dance through the fire, numb to the pain. Golden mirage, it's a West Coast haze. Chasing the shine through the purple haze. Golden mirage, where the real ones blaze. Life on the edge in the sun's last rays. Drip so smooth, but the cracks still show. West Coast glow where the legends grow.